39.
Start with Mr. Stauch on the stand, ask some follow-up questions, and then jump into that exhibit.
All right, Mr. Stauch, if you'd resume your seat on the witness stand. I remind you, sir, that you're still under oath. Let's go ahead and bring. Thank you. You may all be seated. Court will recall 20 CR 1358, People versus LETECIA Stauch. Record should reflect the jury has returned to the courtroom. And we are resuming with testimony of Mr. Stauch. Mr. Allen.
Thank you, Art. Mr. Stauch, in that last phone call that we just heard, February 14th, 2020, this is roughly about a little over 2 weeks after Gannon's missing. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, January 27th, so almost 3 weeks, yeah.
Yep. In the beginning portion of that phone call, sounded like the defendant was suggesting that some guy laid down on the road and then got in the truck and Gannon threw up in the back of your truck.
Yes, sir.
When you got back from Oklahoma, did you drive your truck?
I did a few times in those early couple days of searching.
Was there any puke in your truck?
I don't remember there being even the smell of puke in my truck. No, sir.
In that phone call, you started to press her to get details about whoever this guy was, this dude that she keeps describing. And in the call, she uses a Mexican or a black dark, found out his name. You mentioned the name Aubrey Holmes. What was that all about?
That would have been in the Lawrence Ranch neighborhood. I used to see a van, somewhat of the neighborhood headquarters or whatever. That's the home builder, maybe. I don't know specifically, but yeah, that was just a van or cars roaming around the neighborhood for supervision or whatever.
Was that also a reference back to the story the defendant gave that she let one of the guys from the building area come into the house?
Probably, yes.
Okay. And then during this phone call, we hear the name Quincy Brown. Was that the first time you'd heard the name Quincy Brown?
Yes, sir.
Did you know any Quincy Brown?
No, sir.
Again, similar questions to before. During this particular phone call, did the defendant's personality, was it consistent with the way you knew her personality to be?
Absolutely.
Did she change into any other different personalities during this phone call?
No, sir.
During this phone call, did you know where she was located?
No, sir.
And then there's a lot of reference to immunity from the defendant in this phone call. It's similar to the last call. In your mind, was she asking for immunity because Quincy Brown did something?
That made absolutely no sense to me, so no.
But was that what she was sort of relaying to you in your mind?
I don't know. In my mind, she was asking for immunity because she did something or knew something that would incriminate her, but she was claiming to know more that would afford her the opportunity to ask for immunity.
Did she ever, during this particular phone call, give you any actionable information that you could pass on to law enforcement that could help the investigation?
No, sir. It seemed like more spin to me.
More spin, you said?
More spin or more. Where's Gannon, Tisha?
I just told you.
No, don't tell me fucking Quincy Brown. Tell me where Gannon is. There's no Quincy Brown. There's no Quincy Brown. Where is Gannon? Where did you take Gannon?
He took it. Why don't you put me in a lineup and let me look for it?
Where did you take Gannon? Where is Gannon?
Gannon anywhere.
Yeah, but you told me you did. You told me you took him to Petco and to Douglas County and tobacco. Where is Gannon?
Give me in something I didn't do? What's wrong with you?
Where is Gannon, Tisha?
I've already told you. You think you could be this interrogator all you want?
No, I'm not. You're my wife and I'm trying to talk to you.
Hey, you're not trying to talk to me. You're trying to put me 6 feet under what you're trying to do.
Why are you so afraid to just tell me the fucking truth, the real story, just for once, okay? You can
That's
tell me
the truth.
you can tell me a bullshit 20 more times. Just right now, tell me the truth. Where is Gannon? You did not tell me where he is.
He is Quincy Brown looking. What's the guy's name?
Listen, fuck Quincy Brown. Don't ever say that name to me again because it's bullshit. Eduardo is bullshit, okay? The carpet guy is bullshit.
Quincy Brown took him.
Well, tomorrow it's going to be somebody different because yesterday it was the 3 other different guys.
We'll go after him.
My dumb ass won't go after him. Yeah, my dumb ass won't go after him. Where's Gannon, Tisha?
Because you told me to tell you who had him and you would be supportive. And you still are doing this.
Listen, I'm not going to sit here and pick this thing apart anymore because it's bullshit. You said this guy had something on you, something blah, blah, blah. Excuse me, blah, 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 blah. You didn't want to tell me his name. Why would you not want to tell me Quincy Brown? Who the fuck is Quincy Brown?
All right. He is going. I'll send you some lineup. The police department has to have lineup for Quincy Brown in the area.
Did you tell Quincy Brown your name? Okay, did you give him your information? Did he take your phone? How is he messaging you? It's Quincy Brown messaging you. I do, and I'm trying to find it. How is he messaging you when he never, did you tell him, hey, my name's Tisha, my email is TishaLynn2006? What the fuck, Tisha?
Did you care that he has your son?
Yeah, see, you ain't answering my question. You ain't answering my question because you know it's bullshit. How is he messaging you? Like I said, it's probably some Inspector Gadget. This message will self-destruct in 30 seconds, right? Some bullshit like that. Because he didn't.
You know what? Talking about.
Likewise. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. This guy messaging you? What the fuck? He don't have your information?
Okay, so he hasn't been outside of the hotel?
Nope.
Okay, then you're an idiot.
Throw another one at me. What else hasn't he done? He ain't done shit. Because Quincy Brown don't fucking exist.
Maybe they need to check you and Landon since your goddamn won't go look for it.
Yeah, have them check me and Landon. They got all my shit. I turn all my shit in. My car, my phone, my email, my everything. They got all my shit.
Well, they have all mine too.
Okay? So I ain't worried about shit. Give me a place to look for Gannon. Tell me where he is. I'll go fucking look for him. What does Quincy Brown even look like? Is he the 5'7" Mexican? I mean, come on, goddammit.
Come on.
How is he messaging you? You never answered that question either. I'm getting messages. Ooh, so mysterious.
Just because someone sends you messages, Albert, doesn't fucking mean it's social media or anything like that.
I didn't say what it was. I asked you what it was.
Certain ways.
So,
I even called it into the FBI.
oh, okay.
Hey, there's this dude, blah, 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 following us. Hey, there's another people following us. I've tried to help y'all.
So, listen.
I didn't tell you from the beginning who Quincy Brown was.
Yeah, right.
I just don't give a shit.
Yeah, because you knew I wouldn't believe you because it's bullshit. So you're telling me this motherfucker came in or got in the truck, come home, beat the shit out of you or whatever he did, beat the shit out of Gannon, took Gannon from the storage room or whatever the hell that's all about, and took him, and now he's got.
I'll send you a picture.
And now he's. Yeah, send it to me. Send that shit to me right now, okay? Send me fucking Quincy Brown, okay? Because you're telling me this dude is out there. He knows you know what he looks like, and he's following you, trying to do whatever he's gonna do. He's got everything he needs.
You don't release a reward.
But you said that he's following you.
Yes, ask for a reward.
When are you gonna send me this damn picture?
I just sent it. See? Dark skin, mixed, his
Are you freaking serious, Tisha? That's Quincy Brown right there. He's dark and Hispanic.
what?
He's dark and Hispanic. His name's Quincy Brown, right? A Hispanic guy named Quincy, like he's from South Carolina or something.
I Puerto Rican, mixed,
All right, listen,
Quincy.
Oh my God. This is great. How did you fucking get a picture of Quincy Brown? You Googled him?
That is who he is.
Okay, listen. Screenshot your Google search. Let me see it. Now, screenshot me where you pulled that. Yeah, however you got Quincy. Guess what? Quincy probably sent you that picture in one of his messages, right? He said, hey, just in case they're looking for me, my son, teacher. This is the same fucking bullshit conversation we had for days and weeks about that $8,000 you took from me. And I said, where's the money? Where's the money? And then 2 weeks later, oh, I took it. I'm so sorry. Blah, blah, blah. It's the same shit we're doing again.
Money, you dumbass.
Yeah, I am a dumbass, but it's the same fucking conversation. Where's my son, Tisha?
Quincy hasn't. Quincy, do you know him? Fucking go find him.
Apparently you do, because he's got something against you. Okay? Yeah.
You to talk to me to help me.
Hey, guess what? I'm calling bullshit. I just Googled that shit, and that's a fucking mugshot like I find Mike Hyatt on. Mugshot. Way to go, Tisha. You found Quincy Brown on a mugshot. God damn it. This is just getting better and better and better.
It's a mugshot because he's probably been in jail before, you dumbass.
Yeah. So he just picked you out of the blue because you just happened to be in Douglas County up there, and he was laying in the street. And Quincy said, "Oh wow, that looks like an easy target. I'm gonna steal her son and rape her and go all the way to freaking wherever." And then how did he leave? Nobody saw him leave. What the fuck are you talking about?
The cameras at night, you dumbass.
Oh, that's right, because he was there till midnight while the neighborhood search party was going on to find him. And how the hell would you know they're barking up the wrong tree? You keep saying they're looking in the wrong place.
You dumbass me. I'm the wrong tree.
But that doesn't today. They're looking at Palmer Lake and Douglas County and in all these fields, and they're barking up the wrong tree. That's what you told me, not anybody else.
You dumbass. He has him in Colorado Springs.
Where at? How do you know where he's at if you don't know Quincy Brown? If you're not involved, if you don't know what's going on,
Not involved.
you just fucking told on yourself. You just told on yourself. You know where Gannon's at, and you're fucking lying.
I don't know where Gannon's at.
You just said he's in Colorado Springs.
I said Quincy Brown lives in Colorado Springs, apparently.
Now you're fucking twisted the words again, Tisha. Okay, where's Gannon?
I don't have Gannon. You can curse me out, call me whatever you want, fuck all the bitches you want, do whatever you want, because I don't care about you.
Good. I don't want you to. You got my son, and you know where he's at, and I need to find my son. You obviously don't care about my Tisha. Why are you pausing?
Because you don't care where he's at, so it don't matter.
I do care. I told you where I think he's at. You told me he wasn't there. You said they're barking up the wrong tree, and then you said he is in Colorado Springs. You said that. Not me, not the police, not nobody else. You said it. That's why you said they're barking up the wrong tree, because you know where he's at. And you need to tell me.
I wish I did.
You're a fucking liar. Tell me where he's at.
I wish I did, so that I bring him to you and say to you how you really were a supportive husband.
You listen. This is the same shit that we've been going through for 5 years, and I've supported you
That's all
through
you
it.
ever want to do is talk about me and Albert.
No, I want my son. Fuck all that other shit. I want my son. Who cares about the past 5 years? You're right. Who gives a fuck?
To you right now, and I had absolutely nothing to do with it. You'd still fucking try to blame it on me.
But Tisha, that's just not an option. You've lied to me. Okay? Well, I'm not blaming you, but you've lied to me. That's unacceptable. Okay? The truth is, I need my son, and you have information.
I'm sorry that I didn't want to get killed. Hey, I'm sorry.
So you didn't want to get killed, so you let him take Gannon? Or why?
I'm
What?
talking about by talking from the beginning.
But you were talking from the beginning. You did an interview from day one. Okay? So don't no.
I didn't want to get killed. I didn't want everyone I knew to get killed if I started talking and
Because of some fucking random Quincy Brown, okay? Come on. Some Quincy Brown from mugshots is going to kill us all.
Have you looked him up?
Yeah, he's on fucking mugshots right there on Google. All you got to do is Google or Siri, show me Quincy Brown, and there he is. Bam, right in front of you, okay? What the fuck, teacher?
Okay.
Just like I found all that shit on Mike Hyatt. All I had to do was Google Mike Hyatt, And there it was, right in front of me. I didn't have to do no search. It was right there.
Do anything.
Cause I'm telling you, I'm not fucking stupid. That's what I'm telling you.
You want to be don't go after all options, then you must be fucking stupid.
Yeah, I'm stupid to let you send me in 27 years.
What is that?
Oh, okay.
Damn time.
Okay.
Because don't him. And I don't know where he's at. That every day.
But you just said he's in Colorado Springs, so make your mind up.
The Quincy guy
So,
at me. What about be a man, be a husband, and freaking go there and say, hey, listen, can we detain this Quincy guy and ask him some questions?
yeah, fine, we'll do that. But my manhood's not in question here. The truth is in question here. Okay? You said Quincy Brown is in Colorado Springs, and you said Quincy Brown has Gannon because he's messaging you and wants a reward. Okay? So if you put
Message me. I said he left messages.
that's a message.
You
Okay,
said
okay.
messages.
I'm not gonna split hairs with you about stupid shit now. He got word to you somehow. He said something to you somehow. Okay, but you told me he has him. He's let you know he had him, and he's in Colorado Springs and he wants money. Okay, but then you say I don't know where Gannon's at. Which one is it?
He says he has Gannon.
He says he has Gannon, and he's in Colorado Springs.
But I would even be willing to put my life on the line to freaking go out and carry to wherever the meat's gotta be, knowing that somebody might shoot me.
All right, listen, I'm about to end my rope here. Okay, you're fucking lying, and I'm done with it. Okay.
Okay.
You haven't even told me where you're at. I mean, there's so many freaking lies. You say help me protect me. God damn it, you're not in Colorado Springs.
Mr. Stauch, if you'd resume your seat in the witness stand, remind you, sir, that you're still under oath.
Mr. Stauch, in that particular phone call, you made a comment about the candle incident and that the defendant was doing the same thing to Gannon that she did to you. What were you talking about there?
Manipulation.
Meaning the defendant manipulating situations?
The defendant manipulating situations as I witnessed in that video, her doing to Gannon.
Sounds like potentially the defendant sent you a text message to tell you who this Quincy Brown was. Did that happen? In that phone
During
call?
that phone call, yes, sir.
Did you then do a Google search for a Quincy Brown?
I believe I did on the spot, yes, sir.
And what did you find when you Googled Quincy Brown?
Exactly what I referenced.
1:21 p.m.
All right, Mr. Stauch, you can go ahead and step down. Thank you, sir.
And this is just short of 16 minutes, Judge.
Okay.
All right. If you know it's an accident, are you going to get your bike? I was letting get it right. It was really big, so the guy was pink. You fell off of it. It hurt bad. You doing a bunch of valley kills and stuff.
What? I didn't hear you. What?
I said when he fell, he got hurt because there was like concrete and hills and stuff. The guy was helping him ride the bike.
Keisha, babe, what? How bad did he get hurt?
How bad it was, he was bleeding.
Where was he bleeding from?
His arms, his knees, his head.
So his head was bleeding? And this, oh God.
And he promised me he was going to go back to his house and get some bandages and call 911 because we had accidentally left him all in Petco. He's real, I swear to God, Quincy's real.
So what happened, baby?
I just never get in the car. I was supposed to call 911. I'm supposed to be taking him back and I called 911.
So the guy took him to take him to 911?
I swear to God, his name's Quincy. The guy was supposed to be meeting again.
The Craigslist guy? And you met him where? Like up in wherever that
Those messages. My actual phone was flash, you guys. I was scared he didn't come back with it.
so keep going. I'm sorry.
I thought if I was like, I'll go back and I'll just go keep searching. And I did. I spent the whole night driving down to find him.
In my truck?
Sure, I'm sorry for these stories. I just didn't want to do because I didn't want you to hate me.
Why would I hate you if it wasn't your fault?
I couldn't get to him. And he was bleeding from his head and his knees. It was an accident.
Okay. So start over. This is really hard to hear. Okay, but so you left Petco.
You don't talk to me like that. Where you're going to go down this road and chastise me and tell
I'm not. You're telling me the truth now.
It's the truth. I'm not chastised. It's the truth.
Okay, and I believe you now because this. Thank you for telling me the truth. This means the world to me. And where was this at? Like, what exit? You mentioned the exit yesterday. What exit was this at?
It was like 163. I don't know. It's on my phone.
Okay, so if you can reach out to them and then give you your phone, then they could find it, right? Can you think of a landmark? Just like help me find him, babe. Just help me, because I can go search. I can go right now and search.
That's the only reason I asked for immunity because I didn't it was an accident and I wasn't trying to cover up anything. I was trying to figure out why he took him. If I said something like you saw it hurt us in the house or something, I'm not, they would start looking for him.
When the guy,
I wanted to try to bike out and he needed help because the bike was too big. And you want to know why I've been gone? Why my car's been in that direction? I've been driving up and down there all the time until they took my car. Driving to do anything I can find, anything. Driving to find this dude. I even called into the police department. They were like, yeah, because he's wanted. If you know where he's at, let me know. So nobody tried to help me. Because before I would do anything, I made him show me his ID. Because I was making sure. It's what did they do to bike today? That's all.
So Tisha, hold on. You went to his house, or where did you meet this guy at, Quincy Brown or whatever? Because if you went to his house, they can
Listen
have.
to me, please.
I'm listening.
I need to tell you.
Okay.
He said to me that he would be off that exit. When I turn off that exit, you can look.
Okay.
I turned off the exit left because I thought that was direction, but he thought I was coming from south, coming from north. So I turned off right and went towards the other direction, and I didn't see anyone with a bike in a store.
Okay. So there was a store.
He said there was a store. I said I didn't see anyone with a bike in the store.
Oh,
So I went the other direction.
I got you.
When I went the other direction, I see him with the bike. And I said, hey, there's the guy with the bike. And I made him show me his ID. And legit, we talked. And Gannon, went, not necessarily told me, but sliding down and he hit his head. And I ran over there. I was just trying to help and call 911, but I didn't have my phone. He was like, I live right up here. I'm going to take him and we'll go. I'm just still sitting there crying and crying. They gotta see me get off the exit. That's why I've been adamant about you finding this dude.
All right. So so you got off exit 163.
Nope, it was whatever county line or some shit like that was
Oh,
called.
that County Line Road or whatever we always take. It was on that road.
No, you had to turn off of that road. I went the wrong way to start with, so I turned right because he thought I was coming from the direction. I was supposed to turn right.
But this was the exit off 25 that you turned the wrong way, or off of County Line Road?
Off of 25, you can get off and go both directions.
Okay. All right. I'm trying to narrow it down so I can go look, but so was there anything else besides you said he scraped his knees, he scraped his elbows, he busted his head, and he had the burns on his arms.
Well, there was some bad burns, Albert. The burns were just little bubbles from the fire. That had nothing to do with it. Now maybe it could have scraped him open some because he already had them, but Gannon was fine. He was talking to me. He wasn't complaining with any kind of pain. I would have took him straight to the doctor if the burns would have had any kind of pain to him.
Okay.
That's the only reason I didn't ask you for any kind of immunity because I committed some kind of crimes. I just know that it was an accident. All I did was someone was trying to help me. And then I didn't know where he went from there.
What? So, the one I'm worried the most about is the freaking head wound because what was it? How bad was he bleeding?
It's pretty bad.
It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Like it was. Tell me bad. Is bad like blood's dripping down his face, or bad like he's laying there and there's a puddle, or what?
Oh, dripping down his face.
Did you do anything to wrap around his head or anything?
Yes, my clothes I had on had blood on them.
The clothes you had on?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I was like, oh my god, we gotta call 911.
was this on the road or was this at the station? Like where?
Show you to explain where. I don't know my way around Colorado.
Okay, I was just trying to figure out if there's blood on the road. Maybe we could find blood on the road or something. That's all I was saying.
Searching.
Okay.
Somewhere.
I agree. I agree they should find it. So where on his head? Like, was it the side or back of his head? What?
I don't know. I was panicked.
Okay, so you were panicking. So an accident happened and you panicked, right?
I was panicking.
Okay,
I didn't have a phone.
right. And did he have a phone?
He said he would run back to his house. He had Gannon, said he'd run back to his house, wrap it up tight, and he would call 911.
Okay.
Gannon was talking.
Okay. So he took Gannon to his house is what he told you, right? And you did you stay where you were? Or did you follow him or what? Babe.
Mr. Allen?
Your Honor, we would just have Mr. Stout come back to the stand.
Mr. Stauch, if you'd resume your seat in the witness stand, I remind you, sir, that you're still under oath.
Judge, I'm not sure if I said it, but that was actually exhibit number 40 that we played, which was that February
Yes,
14th.
Thank you.
Yep. Mr. Stout, in this particular phone call, you hear the defendant sounding potentially like crying. Did that sound like legitimate crying to you?
It did to me.
You made a comment that you're telling me the truth now. Was that an honest statement to you or from you, or was this you trying to get her to just keep talking?
Yeah, more of a tactic to keep her going.
The as you're talking to the defendant in that particular phone call, was her personality consistent with the way you knew her personality?
Yes, sir.
Did she change it to any different personalities during that phone call?
No, sir.
Is this the first time in this phone call that the defendant gives you any indication that Gannon suffered a head injury?
Yes, this is the first indication of his head injury. Yes, sir.
And then in conjunction with other injuries that she mentioned, and that was burns to her to his arms that bubbled, and then also bleeding from his butt very early on.
Yes, sir.
In that phone call, do you remember when the defendant describes having blood on her clothes and using her clothing to stop the bleeding on Gannon's head?
Yes, sir.
Did you ever see anything that corroborated that version of the story, such as any clothes with bloodstains on them when you got home from Oklahoma?
I did not. No, sir.
Okay. Your Honor, may I approach with People's Exhibit 49?
You may go ahead.
Mr. Stout, I'm showing you People's Exhibit. Will you please flip through that and let me know?
Okay, I'm finished.
Do you recognize what is marked as People's Exhibit 49?
Yes, sir.
What is it?
It's a book full of text messages between myself and the defendant.
Is the date range for this particular group of text messages basically February 29th through March 1st of 2020? If you look at the timestamps on them?
Yes, it is.
Are those fair and accurate representations of the text messages that she sent, or at least came from her phone and that you responded with?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I'd move for admission of People's Exhibit 49.
Defense? Exhibit 49 will be admitted. Go ahead.
May I approach the witness with People's Exhibit 206?
Yes.
Judge, for the record, as Mr. Stout first, before I start that, flip through that and then let me know when you're done. And Judge, what we're doing with this particular exhibit is just pre-qualification. His portion of these text messages will actually admit this later through a different witness.
Okay.
Do you recognize that item?
Yes, sir.
What do you recognize that as?
It's communications between myself and Harley's phone,
Harley Hunt?
Harley Hunt,
Okay.
between her phone.
And what I'm asking you specifically for your portion of this exhibit, the text messages that came from you or from your phone, do those appear to be fair and accurate representations of your communications?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Or may I retrieve that?
Yes.
Mr. Stout, how much time did you spend with this defendant? Just total time from the start of your relationship until all of this happened?
Like we mentioned yesterday, we started dating in early 2014, so roughly 6 years.
During that time, did you spend a lot of in-person time with her?
Absolutely.
Did that give you an opportunity to observe her mental condition?
Yes, sir.
Besides just, we all have different weird idiosyncrasies. Did you ever see anything that went beyond just our own individual personality traits
No,
in the
sir.
defendant?
No, sir.
Did you ever see an opportunity or have an opportunity to observe the defendant, whether she could understand the difference between right and wrong?
Absolutely.
Can you tell the jury about that?
Obviously, throughout our relationship, I think to some moments immediately preceding January 27th. I mean, she took the kids the defendant took the kids on a hike. She made it there safely. Kids made it home safely. Obviously from my knowledge, didn't get a ticket, so obeyed all of the traffic laws on the way there and the way back. Even that morning of the 27th, we talked about Gannon and the switch, as we've seen with some text messages. Some right and wrong issues there about how we disciplined him with taking the switch away for whatever his offense was in that moment. And I communicated with the defendant about that punishment specifically and how to manage that. After the events of the 27th, I just think too how much the defendant pressed me about what was right in our relationship, how I should take her side and what was right and wrong and how I was managing that whole piece of it. Something that stands out more than anything is, as the defendant said to me in one of these phone calls, I think when we heard yesterday that she didn't allow Lena back in the house when Lena got home from school. I don't know any reason why she would have not allowed Lena back in the house. Other than I don't know. There's something going on that she didn't want Lena to see. If there was nothing going on in that house, why could Lena not have come in the house that day when she got home from school?
Okay, and we're going to get more into that in just
Sure.
a minute, but I appreciate you bringing that up. You lived with her in South Carolina, correct?
Yes, sir.
Do you need a cup of water or anything?
I'm okay.
Okay. You lived with the defendant in South Carolina, Colorado, also spent time with her in Alaska.
Yes, sir.
Did the defendant follow the laws in all of those places?
Yes, sir.
You went on trips. You mentioned that yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Who would typically plan the trips?
She would plan and organize just about every trip or vacation we went on, and she was very good at it and was able to get us to, you know, the port on time for cruises, to the terminal on time for plane trips and organize rental cars. We always get it there and back on time. I mean, always, you know, exactly what we needed to do.
So
time-wise.
she was able to set up an itinerary and then follow the itinerary
Yes, sir.
with no troubles.
Never.
You mentioned, you know, the discipline with the switch, Gannon's gaming system.
Yes, sir.
Was it very typical for her to be engaged with disciplining the kids, both Gannon, Lena, and even Harley if she needed it?
Yes, sir.
Can you give the jury some examples of that beyond just the switch?
Well, that was just our typical source of punishment, was to take away iPad or Switch or our TV time if they didn't follow the rules or didn't do chores as was prescribed to them. She was also had a very, very meticulous about the kids' schedule. You know, hey, when you get home, this is the right thing to do. You come home, come in the house, have your snack, do your homework, and there was, you know, not rewards necessarily, but repercussions if they didn't follow that prescribed schedule for them on a daily basis.
What about during the time frame when, so if we're going to narrow the scope of what we're talking about here, Mr. Stauch, the time frame as we get to January 2020, and especially that Saturday night when you left up to DIA, did you ever have any concerns that she was having this crack in her mental health?
No, sir.
What would you have done if you had observed some major crack in her mental health?
I would not have gone on that trip. I did have the flexibility to cancel my training and move it to another time if need be. I would not have left the house and not left the kids there if I had any concerns or she showed signs of a mental crack approaching.
And at any time during your relationship with the defendant, did you ever see her have some major crack in her mental health condition?
No, sir.
Did you know her to have any severe mental illnesses?
No, sir.
I want to ask you what you just got into a little bit ago, and that is in relation to January 27th. Was there a period of time in the afternoon of that day when you were trying to get a hold of the defendant?
Yes, sir.
How were you trying to get a hold of her?
I remember making a phone call or two. I don't remember how many specifically, but that was just not answered.
And also text messages?
Yes, sir.
Did you ever get an answer during that window of time from mid-afternoon of the 27th?
I don't remember specifically when. I know at some point in that afternoon, we had a conversation about, I wanted some new headphones, and we talked about what an appropriate price range would be, and where is a good place for me to go look, whether I was on base or at the PX or the Apple Store or whatever. So once again, another conversation about what is right, wrong, appropriate. But I don't remember specifically when that happened. I just remember it was that afternoon after I got out of class.
When you look back on it now, does that seem significant to you?
It was as soon as all this started happening, that was a very significant moment.
Does that coincide with your understanding of when what you just described, that the defendant would not let Lena in the house after getting home from school? Is that the same time frame?
Is the same. I don't know exactly when that conversation happened. I'd have to see a timestamp on that.
Okay.
But generally in the same time frame, Monday afternoon, January 27th, 2020.
Okay. All right, may I have just a moment?
You may.
So, Mr. Stauch, the last thing I wanted to save for you was, what is your opinion as to the defendant's sanity at the time of this event and just generally speaking?
I believe is and was 100% absolutely sane based on all the things I witnessed and I've laid out. I have no other indication for anything else.
And when you say it that way, are you talking about in the totality of your relationship?
From the time I met her till even today.
Okay. And then very specifically to when you left on January 26th, January 25th, you left the house on that Saturday. What is your opinion as to her sanity on January 25th?
100% sane.
What about January 26th
Same thing, 100% sane.
and January 27th when Gannon went missing?
Sane.
Okay, thank you. That's all I have, Your Honor.
Cross-examination, Mr. Tellini? Sure. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take our lunch break early, and then we will come back for cross-examination. So if I can have everyone back in the jury room a little bit before 1 o'clock, we should be able to start on time at 1 o'clock. So again, do not discuss the case among yourselves. Don't discuss the case with anyone else. Don't do any research about any aspect of this case. And with that, we will see you at 1 o'clock. All rise for the jury, please. Thank you. You may be seated. Record should reflect the jury has left the courtroom. With that, we will take our noon recess and we'll be back at 1 o'clock.
Thank you.
All rise.